Hey everyone, Jason here with Linked Blockchain Solutions, and in today's video, what is Hyperledger?
Messing with my head again. You had your heart set on me, but this feels like
Hyperledger is an open source blockchain super project run by the Linux Foundation. There are several sub-projects under Hyperledger. We can classify them as frameworks and tools. Frameworks include Hyperledger Fabric, which is a modular, permissioned blockchain infrastructure, as well as Hyperledger Indy, which is a project to support identity on the blockchain. For tools, we have Hyperledger Composer. This is a toolkit that allows for super quick prototyping and deployment of blockchain software, commonly called chain code or smart contracts. We also have Hyperledger Cello, which is a tool for deploying blockchains as a service. What I've mentioned isn't a complete list of all Hyperledger projects, but it's the ones that you hear about most. Who's involved? As I mentioned before, the Hyperledger parent project is maintained by the Linux Foundation, but most of the source code is actually written by the open source community and individuals from many different organizations. In fact, Hyperledger Fabric version 1.0 was released with development efforts from 159 different software engineers across 28 organizations. Some companies are much more involved in the development than others. The biggest players that you'll see are IBM and Intel. What's the purpose? To put it simply, the Hyperledger projects allow businesses to develop blockchain solutions for their specific needs. But you might say, what about Ethereum? Why doesn't everyone just use that? The simple answer is a distinction between public, Ethereum, and permissioned, the Hyperledger, blockchains. But I'll go into this in a lot more detail in my next video, which will be on Hyperledger Fabric versus Ethereum. Things are still under development. At the time of this video, Hyperledger Fabric was only version 1.1 and Hyperledger Composer is version 0.16. Only the most innovative companies right now are actually developing and using blockchain for their business processes, but we might see a dramatic increase in adoption over the next couple of years. Currently, for blockchain, we're at the very start of the adoption S-curve, so things will probably pick up once the technology matures. I hope this sheds some light on the world of Hyperledger. If you'd like to learn more, please go ahead and check out the project page at hyperledger.org. And as well, subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more blockchain videos in the future. Until next time, thanks for watching.